Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here, and we're back with 83rd place. It's Foo Man by Surisa. Flashman really didn't like this one, but Shinryu is tied for the top score. Wow, this one's kind of polarizing, and in some very uncharacteristic ways for our judges. Compared to their usual scores. 2 energy elements, 5 tricky tokens. Let's get into it. Oh, cool. We actually get a intro like this. We now know what Foo Man looks like. Oh, where's this music from? It's a battle theme from an RPG. It'll come to me. Oh, good lord. Among all the other problems this level has, the difficulty level's overcranked. That second path, I knew retro games were brutal, but I never knew they could break all my limbs in 9 places. That wasn't even on brutal mode. Yes, this level has a brutal mode. At least it's optional, but why? So at one point, a certain NPC will ask you to find some hidden terminals throughout the level. Don't. Level Maker tried to force the costume unlock through these terminals. They weren't allowed to do that. There's no reward for finding them now. So, you needn't bother. I wish they'd have given that costume to me, at least. I'm here to mention magnet beams suddenly not working with no visual indication in certain areas is not a bug. They say it's a feature. I know what the music's from. It's from Final Fantasy VIII. It's the, when you're playing as those other weird people in your dreams. I forget his name, but it's their battle theme. The first isn't so bad, but the second, if you can even find it, now that's a long one. Very long, difficult too, like trying to find which folder you saved your keys to. It's on the C drive or the D drive. This level contains glitch effects that flash rapidly. Despite being considerably slowed down by the dev team, they are still a potential source of eye strain. Using certain weapons in some parts of the stage can make it worse, and is especially severe during the boss fight. Enter the room on the right to see examples of this effect. Please don't hesitate to skip this level by going left if you feel even slightly uncomfortable. And Itchman, the tokens of this level are so annoying to get. You have to think fast, act fast, scratch fast, too fast. And even the dev team could get them all. Only about 3 members got that rush bite token legitimately. And the one where you jump up and up. If only these extra arms could climb walls, but then I wouldn't stop the itching. Oh! My goodness! That looks like a hot mess. Why? My tape is disabled. What else is disabled here? Yeah, this stuff is in full effect here. Credits. I'm not going to... I mean, if this is a long level as it is, I'm not gonna... You can pause the video at each spot and look at this if you want. As we have like a literal essay worth of credits. Okay, that's getting annoying. I could use that E-Tank. The block back there toggles Brutal Mode, which makes the level's enemies and gimmicks significantly more challenging. This mode is strongly not recommended for anyone on their first playthrough, even hardened Mega Man veterans, as there are many tricky new mechanics to learn. The only rewards are bullets and tanks at the end. A perfect run requires extreme reflexes, timing, and the manipulation of enemy mechanics. It's exclusive to this map, and it persists until you close the game. Well, we're not doing that. Did you make it safely? We were barely able to teleport you in through all the interference. Digging into Foo Man's systems, I've learned that he is trying to revive Wily's reality warping technology. He's been using this research to enhance the factory and its robots, but I've also detected the presence of several glitches in the system. I don't yet know what this means, but you'll need halt their development by securing Foo Man's energy element. I'll need halt. Yes. I'll need do that. I don't really care about those bolts. Ah. I'm having issues. Okay, so we got conveyors. We got traffic cone heads. We got hardly anywhere in this level. Those guys are hard to dodge. So these are just those plant things from Hornet Man stage. This is what they are. Okay, and there's our checkpoint. It's the sword thing from Mega Man X2, but it is far more obnoxious to deal with. Okay. I'm already kind of not liking this stage. What was the dinging for? I guess we go this way. Not what we needed to do. We need to use Magnet Beam there. At least this is a checkpoint. Checkpointing so far has been good. Okay, we got the first token. Okay. That's neat. Mega Man, read me. I can't get a visual. Eking up. But you seem to be getting close. Source of the glitches. I'll try and find more info. The stage is really cool to look at. Get me out of here. Where? Okay. Going up here to go down this way. Oh, not again. Let's try something different. We're about to drop into a checkpoint, so that's fine. I don't know what I ended up doing. I'm stuck. So you gotta, like, get hit and go down there. That's just for a tank. I don't like that those things can spawn. They move too fast to be doing some of the stuff they're doing. Okay, well, we got there. Thank you for that hit. But not that one. Oh, this is tricky. You sure I'm not already on the brutal path? Well, that was just poorly done. Okay, Tricky Token is up. Ah. Oh, I don't like this. Can I cheese this at all? The answer is yes-ish. I'm holding the up button. Oh. Oh, we got it. I will say this gimmick is interesting, but... or I should say it's unique. But I don't like it. Wait, isn't this supposed to show me... It shows me I have 20 unspent tokens. But it's not showing me how many I have for the current stage. I don't like that enemy. There's just too much happening at once. I can be a fan of certain types of difficulty in stages. This is not one I'm a fan of. You got that thing that's attacking me. You got that stuff. There were 3 projectiles there. Laguna. Isn't it Laguna? The guy from Final Fantasy VIII whose music this is, battle theme this is. I don't like what's going on here. Rush? Help me out. Because I'm sick of everything. I did not even find the hidden path. Okay, well, here's Foo Man. You'll never get my element. I want a weakness for Foo Man. It's not Laser Trident. Okay. Thunder Beam. Hey. Why? How? I got his element. For defeating Foo Man seems to add no effect on the animalities whatsoever. There may be a second force in play, perhaps even with its own element. Remember that area with the interface? It may warrant further investigation. That's for another time, however. Now bring that element home. There are a few movies and games. Okay, so that's the first element. Well, we do have to go back in. The thing is, I don't know where that... I don't know where that second token or energy element would be. They said it was a super hidden path, but you know what? We're already 22 minutes in. I'm not all that interested in finding it. So let's just get the stuff. Maybe we'll get some hints from here. Well, one thing's obvious. This took a lot of effort to put together. Foo Man is one of the most complex levels in the contest, and it goes to such great lengths to do unique stuff that I have to give top marks for creativity. However, unrestrained creativity often comes with its own issues, and Foo Man, as much as I like this place, has things it sorely needs to polish. Several things. First thing, the visual aesthetic. I get it, this is a cyberspace of some kind, and it's got a really cool and memorable theming that I'll not soon forget. But making almost every solid object green and black was an awful idea. The contrast between platform types is terrible, which hampers readability severely for things like solids versus spikes. For that matter, there is no visual difference between spikes that hurt Rush Bike and spikes that won't. So I was very confused by the third token. We're gonna get the third token. Well, it sounds like a really bad challenge anyways. Second thing, the individual level pieces. While the concepts themselves are alright, in practice everything is tuned too much towards being hard. The conveyor belts and snake platforms are fast enough to make reacting a pain, especially in token sections. The Mets have next to no vulnerability. The telegraph for toss machine aim is way too small, making it nigh impossible to tell where it's going. Wonder Bell's speed and spawn rate are too fast to work with on top of already fast gimmicks. Most prominently, that purple ball energy is one of the most annoying enemies I've ever seen. He could work in something less complicated, but there's too much going on here for him to take part, and some of his attacks kind of blended in with the background, which is not good. About the only thing that isn't super brutal is the Mega Man 11 clones. Even then, their scenarios can be a bit messy. Ultimately, the excess brutality of the level's individual concepts bring it low. This is a huge shame, as the level design would be great if the pieces weren't so nasty. Foo Man's route is pretty much a normal Robot Master stage, steadily building on itself with increasing challenge and complexity, and isn't that long if you avoid dying a bunch. Good luck with that. It also changes a bit on the rerun, which is a big boon for Glitch Woman. Her route is a lot more interesting than most second elements, owing to Kirby and Monty on the run switching up the gameplay, and the final challenge before her fight should be respectable send-off to the level's pieces. It's interesting, it's compelling, it builds on its various aspects, avoids getting super repetitive, and delivers on a climax. By all rights, it should be fine. But since everything's overtuned to kill you, the entire level is painful instead of fair to the vast majority of players. Even with interesting concepts and evidence of competent design, the only reason my scores didn't tank is that I have a Herculean patience, and have been able to mostly buster only the harder Mega Man fan games, so I ultimately enjoyed my experience. How did you not enjoy my level then? Since the only thing really wrong with it was difficulty. But a lot of these comments a lot of the general gist of these comments you could cut and paste for my stage and it would apply. Whatever. Sometimes people like certain difficulty, just like I was saying in that stage. Like, I like certain difficulty, like that one stage in Tier 7 with the blinding light. I kind of like that one. I'd say I liked it more than this stage. Just because this stage was all about, like, really fast-moving platforms and gimmicks and enemies. Anyways, someone at a very high skill level and a high patience threshold will probably also enjoy this place, and I tried to account for that in my scoring, but that is not most people. I fully anticipate being the only judge who scores Foo Man decently. Now, someone else scored it exactly the same as you. And I can't disagree with my fellow panelists and their issues. As a hint to folks suggesting struggling with the Monty section, Break Dash plus the ability to jump out of it neuters a surprising amount of the challenge. The bosses are about the only exception to the difficulty excess, and I largely enjoyed the break in difficulty. Even then, Foo Man's fight can be lengthy, especially on brutal mode. I normally wouldn't factor 100% optional hard modes too much, but good grief, he has too much shielding. And Glitch Woman throws out way too many projectiles for her speed. The mid-bosses were pretty fine though, and I enjoyed the throwback to Mega Man X2 with the holograms. Finally, there's a crud ton of optional items, and they're pretty much an even split between good and bad. The Spade Token and Glitch Woman's video game tokens are great, and I love the computer virus fight. The vertical climb and rush bike sections are way too precise to be worth the effort. There's also Easter egg terminals, which were the reason for Bukinashi Man showing up. The breakdash terminals are easy enough, and the terminal next to Glitch Woman's boss door is legit a speedrun tactic. But the ones that block out Magnet Beam have infuriating timing and again are not worth the effort. That's really the core problem with this level. It's creative and the design is technically good, but everything's so vicious that the experience just won't feel worth the effort for a lot of people. I like the creativity behind this, didn't hate the difficulty on the main route, and I believe this level has potential to be really fun. But not in its current state, not unless you have a lot of patience and a lot of skill. I strongly advise toning down, well, everything. Once that's done, then we'd have a much better level on our hands. My goodness, did you have an essay? Yeah, there was a lot of coding into all the new stuff in this. Problem I have is those platforms just go too fast for you to really stop and figure out what's going on with them or how to deal with them. Yeah, I'm still glad I got to experience all the stages we have. Even if I've skipped a few tricky tokens or a couple bosses or super bosses, a Foo walks into a bar. So even if I don't like something, I still respect that it's, you know, here and in this game. My problem with the purple blob enemy is that it's just going to respawn anyways. It being in the corners, I can deal with. .700-word rant about how it took me 2 hours and 20 minutes to 100% sleep. Yeah. That's why we did the skip. The entirety of Tier 6. Tier 6 had all reasonable average levels in difficulty. I don't think there was anything super tough in Tier 6. But yeah, comments like that, 2 hours and 20 minutes to 100%. That's like about as long as it took me to beat Sector Upsilon 6. And I would rather enjoy the parts of the stage that I did enjoy, rather than go back in and try to find the other 3 tricky tokens and energy element legitimately. The area with the interference. Yeah, so even Flashman is saying that the path to Glitch Woman is very well hidden. Yeah, I don't want to play one stage for hours. I mean, we've had some hour-long stages already in this playthrough. Like Bakery Man, the Castle of Light and Dark, the one stage in Tier 7 that had 3 split paths. But taking multiple hours, yeah, no. Speaking of taking hours, look at the scroll bar on A-Sparks. This is your Yggdrasil review of the game. Just out of curiosity, what were the fun scores? Well, we'll check the fun scores in a bit. Can I just skip the rest of this review and say that I need to skip Teleporter for A-Sparks review? I'm lost in it. Ah, yes, you hate the purple thing respawning. I hated that too. Yep, that makes me glad I skipped the second half of the stage, or in this case, the second 7/8 of the stage. I thought Foo Man was a fine battle. post-judging comments, so you have even more. Oh my. Wow, got blacklisted from having any main game references. I'm surprised you still scored it a 48. Let's take a look at those fun scores, shall we? 16 and 17 on fun from those two. 2, 5, and 8. Alright. I'm surprised that this stage was rated so highly for functionality. Aesthetics, I'd probably be more in line with Flashman's score, because while it did look nice, there were things that just kind of blended together sometimes. So what happens if I go back? Oh, so I go back in a second time and now it's Glitch Woman. Wondering, is this... That is not where I go. Yeah, okay, we're done here. I think we can turn that off. Alright, well, I guess next time we take on the tier boss, but for now, I'll take my leave.